Am I right, Kirigiri? Wink wink. Huh? Where you put something, say, a model sailboat into a bottle with a mouth smaller than the object. Never seen anything like that before? Yeah, man, you need lots of patience and lots of tweezers to construct something like that. It's crazy. Oh, I think I have. This is the Monokuma version. We can call them Monokuma bottles. Loaded Monokuma bottles into your Electro ID. I'm slowly starting to piece things together. The Monokuma bottles on the cabinet. The Monokuma figure on the floor. The red fragments of glass on the floor that I suspect used to be a bottle. Putting 2 and 2 together, it looks like Ogami was hit over the head with one of these Monokuma bottles. At least, that's what the Monokuma file or figure on the floor suggests. In other words, it's very well possible that the murder weapon was a Monokuma bottle. Okay, what about down here? What's this? This looks like a wrapper of some sort. Hey, that's... You recognize this, Asahina? Well, yeah, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. You remember how mad Sakura was when Genocider scratched me up? Well, to calm her down, I gave her some right after we left the infirmary. The wrapper from the candy you gave Ogami. The candy had been in the dormitory storeroom. I love it so much. That as soon as the storeroom opened, I took the whole box back in my room, so no one else could have gotten any. You liked it that much? I wanted Sakura to taste it too, which is why I gave her some. But now, she can never taste it again. Asahina. Red polka. Dot candy. Okay. Well, we can assume that this is not here. There's that. We can assume that later. Let's go into the locker and see what this is. The locker door has been left open. But look at this on the left. There are handprints. Now, why would there be handprints in a place like that? Due to all the dust inside the locker, it looks like the prints were left anywhere it was touched. They appear to be relatively new as well. I'm guessing someone was hiding in this locker. That's when they left these handprints. Oh, hey, in that case, could the culprit maybe have been hiding inside the locker when we unsealed the room? And then after we broke the seal, they slipped into the crowd acting like they just showed up? Sorry to disappoint you, but that's out of the question. Huh? Why? Well, we were kind of, facing Ogami. Recall how the room looked through the window before we broke the seal. That's right, the locker was already open. Therefore, it's not possible for someone to have been hiding in the locker when we unsealed the room. But in that case, what do these handprints mean? A mystery. Either they hid in this, or underneath this pool table, or maybe, I don't know, there's not really anywhere to hide around. Damn. What about this? Can we check anything else? What's that? Is that a board thing? What is this? It's a magazine rack. There are all different kinds of magazine here. Okay. But there happens to be blood right here. There's a pool of blood on the floor, in front of the magazine rack. While I'm sure it must be Ogami's blood, something feels a bit off. Why is it so far away from the body? Either it's Ogami's blood, or it could be the murderer's blood, and they cut their hand when smashing the bottle. That could be a thing. The rec room door wouldn't open because the chair was shoved up against it. But I see no trace of any sorts of apparatus, like a string or a metal hook or anything. So there wasn't anything done to the chair itself. Over here. Let's go look at the bottle. There's a plastic container on the floor near the rec room door. It looks like a bottle of protein. It's empty too. It was probably Ogami's. She was always drinking protein. Plus, she and Asahina like to talk about how protein could cure anything. Be careful. That's hyperbole. Yeah, I know. Anyways, the label on this protein container says ChemLab A2. That reminds me. Ogami did say something about the ChemLab on the 4th floor having good protein, which would mean this container came from the ChemLab. That doesn't make sense. What doesn't? On the floor, around the container, there are shards of broken blue glass from when I broke the door's window. The shards aren't just shards around the container, but under it as well. That's kind of weird. Indeed, Kirigiri. I was about to make that point as well, but you beat me to it. Does that tell us something? Well, someone left that afterward, and it kind of looks like a grenade. Could it mean that Ogami was overdosed, and then hit with the glass shard afterwards to mislead us? I really want to know. I'm not sure specifically what it means just yet, but it wouldn't hurt to keep it in mind. I'm guessing it'll turn out to be a very important clue. A very important clue. What does she mean by that? Okay. Here we go. I guess I observed almost everything. Now let's look at the door. This door is the one and only entrance to the rec room. The door doesn't have any lock, and there's no trace of the handle having been removed. The one thing that sticks out is the broken glass, but that's my fault since I broke it getting into the room. I also don't see any evidence of string or any other kind of contraption having been used, which means there's nothing out of the ordinary about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's pretty much no question the door wouldn't open because the chair was wedged in front of it. The chair prevented the doorknob from turning, which in turn prevented the door from opening. And since neither the door nor the chair show any signs of having been modified in any way, the culprit couldn't have made the sealed room from the outside. It had to have been from the inside. Okay, cool. Now we talk to everyone else. Let's talk to the Togami. What do you want? Go play over there and stay out of my way. The scorn in his eyes is likely to burn a hole in my soul if I don't get out of here and quick. Well, Asahina, tell me a thing. I already know who did it. Togami, Fukuwa, or Hagakure, one of those three. I mean, they all acted like Sakura was the bad guy. You think so too, don't you, Naegi? Well, I can't really say either way until I've done a little more investigation. Then, let me tell you this. Sakura asked all three of them to meet her here in the rec room. What? This morning, after you brought me into the infirmary, you know me and Sakura left together, right? Well, after that, she ended up going off somewhere by herself. But later on, I saw her again, and that's when she told me that she had left notes in all of their rooms. The note said, come to the recreation room before lunch. Before lunch? Her time of death was around noon. It's true, she told me herself. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said they were just going to talk and that I didn't need to worry. And yet this happened. If I had just forced her not to come, none of this would have happened. Asahina, come into my arms. Telling her not to blame herself is probably asking the impossible. Asahina's testimony is now in your Electro ID. But to think that Togami, Hagakure, and Fukuwa were all summoned here by Ogami. Here to the scene of the crime, just before noon, when she was murdered. I should probably try and corroborate her testimony with the three of them. Let's talk to you, Kirigiri. I'm surprised someone even managed to kill Ogami. She's certainly not the kind of person who would go down easily. It most definitely would not have been easy. She was the super duper high school level fighter. Both her body and spirit were extremely tenacious. So, how did the culprit manage to kill her? Or could they have it all? Maybe they caught her by surprise? Taking her by surprise is probably the only way you could kill her. Alright, the moment of truth. Let's do this, Ogami. I have to inspect you. Ogami spent her last breath here, slumped forward on this couch. As I recall, she was struck over the head. Normally you expect that to be the cause of death, and there's no blood over there, but the floor, I believe so. I can't remember if there was blood there. I think there was. But the Monokuma file also mentioned she had vomited blood. There is indeed blood on her mouth. Oh! That means... Okay. So I'm guessing she got hit over there, and as she got over here, she was remaining in a bit of pain, still alive for a bit, and started bleeding and vomiting from her mouth, and then slowly dying afterwards. But did the glass bottle break over there or over here? This is a tough one. This is a tough one indeed. But what exactly caused her to vomit? Oh. So my overdose theory may be correct. Okay. That is pretty... That is a good thing, I guess. The Monokuma file says that, aside from the wound on her head, there aren't any other external wounds. Loaded. Ogami's body into your Electro ID. Maybe the blow to her head caused her to vomit blood? No. Yeah, right. Togami? I will say, though, you've taken notice of something absolutely fascinating. Not bad. Fascinating? Do you not think so? I wouldn't call it fascinating. But curious, maybe. There's no question the reason she vomited blood has to do something with her death. Yeah, so maybe I was right about this. Either she was poisoned in the mouth with this tissue paper of candy, or something may have gone totally wrong. Okay, back to Togami. What do you want? Don't get in my way. I've got a question for you, Togami. Make it fast. Is it true that you received an invitation from Ogami to come to the rec room? Ah, so you know about that. Then it's true. Yes, a note to that effect was left underneath my bedroom door. But who the hell would be stupid enough to just waltz on in and let that monster kill them? Oh my god. I just thought of this. So if Togami wouldn't have gone, that means Fuqua / Genocide Show wouldn't have followed the note, because she would be too busy following Togami. So the only person that would have showed up, and who would be stupid enough, would be Higakure. Oh shit. We got you now, Higakure. We got you fucking now. You didn't go? Of course not. I tore the note up and threw it away. I made no contact with Ogami whatsoever today. He says he didn't come to the rec room, but is he telling the truth? I don't have any evidence to claim otherwise, though, so I just have to believe him for now. Boy. If you're done, then get out of my sight. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, Naegi, have you gotten a good look at everything? Yeah, I think so. At least a cursory look.
Yeah.
Next are interviews. I'm on guard duty, so I can't go anywhere. So, you're going to go and do it in my place. She's got this all planned out, doesn't she? Ever since we cleared the air between us, she's gotten a little bit pushy. Either way, she's right. We're going to need to conduct some interviews. I need to see what the other two people, Ogami, summoned, have to say about that. Let's leave this room and go. Alright. More than likely, the two of them are in the dorms. And we head over there and try to find them. Alright.